Good morning. I was actually ready to start over half an hour ago, but my computer had other ideas and needed some updates for Windows Essentials, and I've had to reboot my computer twice in the last half hour. And Windows Essential took probably 5 to 10 minutes to upload. I don't know what Essential had to be done, but apparently I was supposed to start at 5:55, which I'm labeling that number the mastering the quintessential elements. 555, mastering the quintessential. 5 is quintessential to me. That's what it always means. I don't care what it means to anybody else. 5 is quintessential to me. It's the essence of things times 5. Whatever that means. Anyway, where I was going this morning before my computer went through its thing is seeing our challenges as initiations. And I want to say that my meditation this morning, what was coming through was just amazing, and I know I will not be able to cover even half of what, not even a quarter of what I was getting this morning. But here's what I wrote in preparation for this before I realized I couldn't start right then. Secret societies know all about initiation. It's what secret societies are all about. Everything is another level for the initiate to discover more about him or herself. And in the discovery, each develops mastery of the senses, ultimately leading to a mastery of life itself. We become conscious co-creators instead of victims. Is that what this ninth wave is all about? I think so. So we're going to talk about Illuminati, Masons, High Priests, Gurus, Initiates, Challenges, the Matrix, the Cosmic Game, Grand Design, Wisdom, Unity. Those are some of the key words that I have already typed in. I don't always type in the key words till after I've done the video, but I typed them in before today. Initiation. I used the word initiation at least 3 or 4 times in my brief to present to the Court of Appeal. Being told that the judges that are going to sit there are going to understand what initiation is. Now, I have no clue. I can't control what the judges see or don't see, look at or don't look at. And I broke some of the rules, as I said yesterday, on purpose. But I do see this whole scenario of a lawsuit and all these things that have happened to me that at first made me feel like a victim. But then I began to see that they were leading me to something higher, something deeper about myself, and enabling me to see things from a totally different perspective than I had been able to see them from before. That's what initiation does. It leads us to the development of abilities that we didn't know we had, or they were latent abilities within us, but we weren't using them. And initiation gives us the opportunity to use them, to develop our skills and fine-tune them and hone them in so that we become more powerful, more enlightened, more enriched, more loving, more genuine, more authentic. That's the aim all along. Now, I was reminded of the initiation that I read about a long time ago. I was reminded this morning in the meditation that one of the things they did in ancient Egypt for the initiates is they would throw the initiate into this pool filled with crocodiles. Now, it was a swimming pool. In other words, it was a structure, not simply a pond or a river. It was a structured element where the water filled up this pool. Now, many of the initiates did not graduate from their initiation because the pool was filled with crocodiles. And the natural tendency of most people surrounded by crocodiles in a pool of water would be to thrash about and try to get out and do everything which would seem natural and normal and logical. But we're going to get out, and fear would take over, and the crocodiles would be drawn to the fear, and the initiate would die. Sounds like a wonderful initiation, doesn't it? Each acting naturally. Some of the initiates would go within, because they had already learned that all the answers are within themselves. And those that did would be much more calm, because they knew that there was an answer. They knew that there was a way out. And the way out was actually by diving down into the pool and finding the tunnel at the bottom of the pool that led out and across to another pool where there were no crocodiles, and you could come safely to the surface. And no doubt, in my mind, as I envisioned this whole scenario, there was a party waiting on the other side, and the same high priests, the same gurus that had pushed the initiate into the pool to begin with were there to celebrate the awakening, the realization. Initiations were of many varieties. Many were done blindfolded. Is not human life a blindfolded endeavor, where we come into this life forgetting who we are, forgetting that we are infinite and eternal beings, that we've always been the sons and daughters of the living God and Goddess? Is it not a blindfolded initiation that we all come into with our senses dulled? Who created this initiation anyway, called human life? Who were the masters that designed this whole thing? Was it some sadist? Or was it a masochist? Who designed it? Who designed our lives with all these problems, with these physical challenges, the sicknesses, the relationship issues, the financial issues, all of the issues of war and peace and love and hate and loneliness and partying and drunkenness and soberness and religion and anti-religion and every conceivable pairs of opposites that you could think of designed into human life, and it's all here now for us to experience, the illusion and the reality. But which is the illusion and which is the reality? You think you know? Well, initiation gives you the opportunity to know for sure. And sometimes you get eaten by the crocodiles. Sometimes the sharks get you. Sometimes Wall Street gets you. Sometimes the government gets you. Sometimes war gets you. Sometimes sickness gets you. But do you really die? Well, from the human perspective, yes, we do. And it's real. And it's terrible. It's horrendous sometimes. Horrific. But how does it look from the other side of the initiation? What is it that we are here to learn? I contend that the ninth wave, the opening of the underworlds, the downloading of cosmic light in the photon energetic belt, all of this is the completion. This is ninth wave. It's when all of the pieces come back together consciously. That which has been happening to the human race unconsciously for eons. All of a sudden the wisdom is being developed and we're seeing unity. Is everybody seeing it yet? Of course not. Of course not. And it's not supposed to be that way, because that's part of the initiation, both for the ones that see and for the ones that don't see. How will you use the knowledge when you see it? The hidden hand material that was put out and circulated on the web a couple of years ago now was amazing, as one of the high Illuminati family members was told to go online and answer all the questions honestly. And one of the things that I remember vividly and distinctly was that the Illuminati was supposed to be 90-something% evil. That was their role in the initiation. That was what they were here to do. They were here to do the dastardly deeds, folks. They were here to wake everybody else up. It was part of the overall initiation of humanity. Not just the individual initiation of you and me and the brother-in-law and sister-in-law, etc., and the stranger. Not just that, but all of humanity. The Illuminati was here to create the matrix that was designed by the Creator to wake humanity up from its nightmare, from its slumber and sleep, and remind us who we are. Who are we? I am love. That's what I'm discovering. I have the divine capability of seeing love everywhere, even in the most horrendous things. And it's a big challenge for me to get there. I want to tell you folks, it's not an easy thing for me to get there. I'm not trying to sugarcoat a damn thing. I'm telling it like it is, like I see it, like I perceive it. And there is good behind all of this stuff that's happening on the planet. All of these evil things that we see happening. There is a purpose behind them all that is absolutely beautiful when you can see from that perspective. And it's hard to see from that perspective. I get it, folks. I get it. I get it because I've gone through it. And sometimes I still go through it. And sometimes I can't see it. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. And sometimes I want to scream. And sometimes I want to wring somebody's neck. I want to choke the very life out of some of these people that do these things. Because to me, from certain perspectives, they don't deserve to live one iota. Not a bit. I mean, they deserve nothing but punishment. But then I think of initiation, and I realize that we're all playing roles. Oh, I've talked about that before. You know I have, that if you've been listening for a time. I'm taking you through my journey of this ninth wave. The whole journey, I'm giving you a gift. I'm taking you through my journey, the times that I see and the times that I can't see very well. The times that I feel good and the times that I feel like a piece of shit. I'm taking you through the journey so that you can see you, so that you can awaken the divine beauty of yourself. This is why we're doing this for you. We're giving you a gift. We've come to show you the way home, if you will but open your heart and your mind and your eyes to see it. It's a divine initiation into mastery of life itself. And all of the challenges are the greatest gifts of all. For they're the gifts that enable us to rise above the fray. To get beyond the battle and to find the tunnel that leads to the pool, the crystal pool, which when we come up, there's a celebration where the light and the dark beings that played these light and dark roles celebrate together. Can you feel what I've been feeling this morning in my meditation? Can you feel the wisdom and the love of this whole scenario? I hope so, and I leave you with it. Namaste.